Beneath these darkened skies, fear and confusion reign over Valisthea. Oh, the lands around the fallen Mother Crystals had already begun to wilt for want of ether. But not like this. Crystals that filled wells and fueled furnaces. Now nothing but pretty shards of rock. And those that hang from the people's necks cast nary a glimmer of light to keep the dark at bay. It is only a matter of time before the common folk convince themselves that the end of days is upon us. Yet I fear a swift end is more than we can hope for. While most of the world thirsts for ether, the remainder drowns in it, spawning Akashic in droves. And amidst the hordes of mindless beasts, with magics as like to fail as function, even the strongest nation would falter. Rosaria and the Iron Kingdom teeter on the brink of collapse, while the tragedy in Twinside has all but paralyzed the Holy Empire. Dalmekia fares little better. Rumor has it the ministers fled the capital after the fall of Drake's Fang, leaving their beloved republic to crumble. Waloed, meanwhile, moves in earnest. The Einherjar has been sighted off-storm. The world, in short, is in chaos. It would seem our civilization was nothing but a castle of sand, to be washed away at the whim of the waves.
A castle of sand.
Not my best flourish, but it seemed fitting. The reports I've received are considerably more blunt in their appraisal. Without the protection of their nations, it will fall to the people to defend themselves against those who would take what is theirs.
Which is only ever going to end one way.
Defending a farmhouse against a band of chocobo thieves is one thing, but pitchforks and palisades will do little to stall an army's advance. Should the King of Waloed deign to invade, there would be none to stop him.
None but us.
Seems the highways.
Is a storm coming, Sid?
Let me guess. You're here about...
Is there anything you don't know, Lawsman?
It doesn't take a court astrologer to augur the obvious. That, I believe, is "and on the 6th day." But I dare say you remember your childhood lessons on the sins of Zemeckis only too well.
You think they're connected? That Ultima was one of the gods responsible?
Well, he has certainly exhibited powers that we mortals...
There is nothing divine about him.
But he wouldn't be the first god. Yet for all the fairy tales, had I the Journal of Moss the Chronicler, I may have been able to tell you more, but you will forgive me, I hope?
Certainly not. Because there is nothing to forgive. Even without this journal, you provided us ample wisdom. And we will always... Perhaps Otto will be more inclined to share his thoughts when he hears what the others had to say.
So, what'll it be? No scratches, right? And?
Clive, we have a problem.
Only one. That would be a first.
It would. Actually, there are three. We had as many owls arrive while you were at the Martha's got a Akashic out her gates and talk of monsters roaming the hills outside of Northry.
And don't forget Dalimil. Lubor says the village was raided by bandits.
When it rained?
It fucking pours. The curse breakers are spread thin, taking stock of the damage, and even if I could get word to all of them, I doubt that, which means there's only two people who care.
Jill and I.
Let them know we're on our way.
Ready, go?
can walk from here. Here. Greetings, Your Majesty. rain is over. Now to collect the ash. This looks like the stuff. Let's see if there's any more. That should do it.
Poor bastard. Couldn't run because of the weight of his load. Still, better a branded than one of us.
Fucking thieving bastards.
Sid. Your new companion appears much more formidable than... Should I be worried?
You haven't been introduced.
Jill. Clive has told me.
All lies, I'm sure.
Your Stolas said that Dalamil has a bandit problem.
Indeed. Although, you're a little late.
Any idea where they went?
The desert's a big place. But the fact is, I have more
What did you say to me?
as if by magic. Let's just say we've yet to reach a consensus about how to solve Dalimil's little problem. And at this rate, it won't be the actions of the bandits which prove to be... I've tried reasoning with the dissenting parties, but even the Desert Hare has limit.
Perhaps we could talk to them.
What makes you think they'll listen to us?
What makes you think they won't?
She makes a fair point, Sid. And you won't have wasted much of your precious time if you fail.
Suppose we just follow the shouting.
You wouldn't talk like that if it had been your men whose throats were slit. Blood for blood, it's the only way. We hire mercenaries and have them mount the bandits' heads on our walls as a lesson to the rest.
And what happens when those mercenaries are slaughtered like your men? Are you going to hire more? We're better off using that coin to buy food and supplies. If we hire mercenaries, the only thing we're buying is the bandits' ire. And you cannot fill empty bellies with that. Do you hear me?
But what happens when they come back? Maybe it'll be your throat that's slit.
That's enough. Both of you. Any more of this and I'll throw you out myself. Come back when you're ready to talk like adults.
Victor. What's he doing here?
Sid. And Lady Jill.
I was about to ask you the same.
Costness is in chaos. And the markets of all the Briar's Kiss here in Dalamil is the only place I was here to do just that when Master Lubor told me of his troubles. He thought I might be able to talk some sense into these fools.
Who are those people?
Those were the thorns in Lubor's side. And the reason this place might be headed the same way as Costness. It's these accursed skies. The darkness is enough to drive a Mantum, or an entire city for that matter.
We're still working on the skies. But in the meantime, perhaps we can find a solution to Dalimil's problem.
I hope so.
So, you see my predicament?
What I saw was a room full of people who were angry and afraid, but have left to smolder.
My thoughts exactly. What to do? Both sides wish to protect their homes and livelihoods, if only they could agree on how.
And if there's one thing bandits like, it's an easy target.
What would Sid the Outlaw suggest?
Well, if it were my namesake, he'd let them choose for themselves, and be on hand to pick up the pieces when it all went wrong.
That sounds like a recipe for disaster.
A recipe for disaster is precisely what it is. But perhaps that realization would be enough to make them question... While it's plain neither Conrad nor Natalie, it may still be possible to make them doubt their own. Before presenting them with a third option.
And that would be?
To pool our resources and save the city ourselves. Why fight each other?
When all that fear and anger can be directed at the...
It appears we have a plan of action. Victor, pay Conrad a visit. See if you can't get...
As you wish.
Your faces are not well known in this town. Don't worry, Victor and I will do most of the talk.
Play along.
What he means to say is yes.
People take notice of wealthy men. Shouldn't be too hard to track down Karen's collector.
Haven't we had enough fighting?
I know I bloody well. Next time, those two go.
My reputation will be ruined! Ruined!
Calm yourself, Lord Ignac.
Pardon the
Out! I paid for these rooms so I wouldn't be disturbed.
Please, allow me to... His lordship is going through a difficult time, and he's...
Radim! Get rid of the...
Very good. Would you mind stepping outside for a moment? That? Oh, no, no. That's just... He's been
I don't suppose a certain blade was among the stolen. A single-edged sword.
Ah.
Then I'll retrieve Lord Ignac's luggage.
You have but to state it. You are welcome to anything.
Want an audience with Lord Ignac. A few minutes.
A condition I would be a fool to refuse.
I don't suppose you saw where the thieves were.
I did not, no. Though some discreet and every ill-gotten call.
And that's where I'm heading.
I shall speak to Lord Ignac in your absence.
That will be very kind of you.
Farewell, and best of luck.
Fucking thieving bastards!
My shop.
If I had my pickaxe, I would...
I mean, it may still be possible to buy something, and we may... Ah, here he is now. Natalie, allow me to introduce Lord Underhill of Randalar's prestigious League of Merchants.
Lord Underhill. At your service.
Underhill?
I was just telling the good lady of our conversation, my lord, and how you were lamenting the state of...
Lubor says that not only are the granaries almost empty, but that war and the Blight mean this season's harvest won't be enough to fill them for winter.
Indeed, certainly that is the case. The nobles in the capital are buying up the city's stocks of barley, and it is only a matter of time before the peasants revolt.
It is worse than I thought. And while... Which means that now, more than ever, We will need to secure what little we still... If our humble town is to endure not only this hardship, but those that are...
All right, if it will help. But you needn't have gone through this charade.
Thank you, Clive.
She saw right through it.
I didn't say it was good. Merely that it produced the desired effect. Now, my scouts should be returning shortly. Meet me back at the Briar's Kiss, and we shall see what we
It appears I have no choice but to do what you thought.
Mummy, I'm scared.
Oh, I'm ruined.
Picture it, Conrad. Ah, here she is, Conrad. May I introduce you to Jane?
A pleasure, my lady.
The pleasure is all mine.
As I told you, I summoned the commander here from Canver.
Victor says that there aren't any men left to hire.
True as the crystal's crack. Nobles came and claimed every last one worth his salt. And you know of the 7 high houses? There must be 2 swords assigned. Granted, we have a few boys left. If it's boys you're looking for.
Well, Conrad, are you saying that Dalamel's finest cannot defend this that a band of beardless...
Absolutely not. We'll show those bastards who they're dealing with.
I can't believe that actually worked.
Conrad's not what you called the... And there's a reason why I had you do the talking and not Sid. Well played, my lady.
I'm not convinced our roles in this ruse were entirely necessary.
I don't know. Conrad seemed quite taken with you.
Good news. Both Conrad and Natalie, with time.
Time no longer appears...
I take it your scouts found the band.
Technically, it would be the bandits who found all of...
You're not serious.
They don't just want food, they want the whole damn town.
I have a favor to ask. I'm told the bandits march in 2 groups. One from the south and one from the desert.
Very well. Jill and I will meet those from the desert.
The rest, my friend, the city shall fight. Together. The stakes, I concede, are high. But if this...
That is a lot of faith to put into those who had their hands around each other's throats but a moment ago.
Then it will be for us to see that their hands are kept occupied.
I thought you might say that.
We'll hold them off for as long as we can.
And we will do the same.
The women folk have come to welcome us.
I'll take that one.
Get him! They mean to overwhelm us.
The townspeople. Could they have held out?
I don't hear any fighting. What do you think?
That we should hurry.
Natalie, you did well out there. The inn would have been lost had you not held the line.
Without you, there would have been no line to hold. You saved us, Conrad. You saved Dalimil.
We all saved Dalimil.
Conrad seems to have had a change of heart.
I'd say they both have.
I take it from your presence that our visitors from the desert won't be joining us either.
The plan worked, Sid. Granted, it only took an army of bloodthirsty bandits.
We are united, and that is all that matters. As for you, Sid, you fight considerably better than you act.
I'll take that as a compliment.
So, did you learn to swim?
You fought very bravely.
Let's go. Run like the wind.
All right. All right. Straight home now.
company! Come on, lads, let's tear the bastard's head off! This must be Ignac's luggage. Nothing seems to be damaged. All right.
I hear I have you to thank for the what shall I call you, my...
Wyvern. Glad to make your acquaintance.
A formidable name in... Well, Wyvern, I appear to be in your debt. Redeem here tells me you wished for an audience.
A few moments of your time should suffice, yes.
You're a peculiar fellow, Wyvern. All right. Speak.
Master Wyvern was wondering if you could tell him about a certain single-edged sword.
Oh, a true work of art. Karen drove me hard on the price, but I would have sold her Radim here to get my hands on that sword. It was made in the Outer Isles, far beyond the... and is used exclusively, they believe. No combat should ever exceed a single strike, and hone their blades to such perfection that none ever does. Each sword is made for that one perfect stroke, and for that stroke only. They crack upon a second blow. There's a brutal sort of beauty to it, really.
But how do they hone such an edge?
Fine question. Why, they use a whetstone. Whetstones, rather. A whole array of them, ranging from the coarse to the fine. 10,000 licks with the sharpening stone, then 10,000 more. But it is the final stone which lends the blade its legendary sharpness. A mineral quite foreign. And that is the... Wyvern, it occurs to me that my little lecture is hardly equal to... Take this, the very stone of which I spoke, and a far more fitting payment.
Thank you.
Pardon the intrusion, my lordship. However, it is locked.
I am locked in bitter competition. I am one.
And there are many other collectors up.
And is a Farewell, Wyvern. May our paths cross again. Radim, we mustn't dawdle.
I think his lordship is rather taken with you. Coming, my lordship.
Trust Uncle Byron to find such an interesting rival. Now, let's see what Blackthorn makes.
Well met.
A fine choice. May Gilbert smile upon you.
Do you have any fresh water? Since the sky's changed.
Barely a drop left for myself.
Now I just need to see about getting the... Bad news. Good, actually.
Something worse. Only trouble is, the serving girl's still new to the job, so I can't leave her while I go.
What exactly are you celebrating?
I've come by a particularly fine bottle of red. Gotan Rouge is the...
So I've heard.
Oh. So you know of it, then? A gentleman who might would you pass the good news to a few friends of mine? I'll give you the...
Sounds simple enough.
So you won't need to go far. All three of them should be right here in the market. Is Aldrich the port free of the... Stop by again when you let...
I'll be right back.
Has this wine turned?
Who needs a porter when there's nowhere left to go?
I've been asked to find Aldrich.
That's me right enough.
The innkeeper sent me. He said there's a cup of Gotan 66.
If he's just got hold of it now, it must have been in the crates
from the Empire to Box.
Such is the porter's lot. It's Oriflamme one day. The farther you're willing to go, the fatter than I'd say.
Please, a piece of fruit.
Are you Milan?
That's me.
The innkeeper's just had us. He thought you might like to join him for a cup of wine. Wine and ham to spare.
Comes with... We get meat from Santa. Or rather, we did. Still.
You'll buy something, won't you? Please.
You've raised the price. I showed you my pass. What more do you want from me?
I'm looking for Bolek.
Well, you found him.
The innkeeper sent me. He's just taken delivery of a rare vintage, a Gotan 66. He thought you might like a cup.
I've never said no to a goat hand. I'm not about to start now.
You must be a busy man.
No one's making for the refugee camps anymore. Not after. Meaning, what gets to... Some days you can't help but wonder what the world's coming to.
Hold on. I wonder if the innkeeper might spare a cup of that wine.
Do you have any fresh water?
I spoke to your friends.
That's fantastic news. It's been a while since, and the way I see it, that...
How so?
Well, I wouldn't be serving anything but slops. And then there's Milan. Those three are... And without the market. Everyone needs a shoulder to lean on. Right.
I hear you had me carrying a bot... If I'd have known, I would have sold the thing and lived like a lord. I'll settle for a cup, though, if you're in a sharing mood.
A Gotan 60 black bottle between the four of us might not be enough to drown our sorrows.
Here they are, the three pillars of Boklad. Sit yourselves down, gentlemen. The woes of the world may be...
Never a truer word.
What's happened? Pardon me, but would you have that well-notched steel and impressive physique? I have need of a sword for hire, and yours looks to be a weapon well worth the coin. Might you be convinced to offer me the use of those formidable arms?
How exactly do you intend to use them?
Well, being something of a scholar of Zemeckyan history, I wish to investigate the ruins near the city, and I require a rugged companion, lest I find myself waylaid by ne'er-do-wells or the beasts sent to roam the area. Should you accept, you will not only earn yourself material wealth, but partake of the true treasure that awaits us there. The rich and storied history of Zemeckis. Well, were you ever party to a finer proposition?
My arms are yours.
Wonderful. Then come. We must away.
But where are we going?
Along the old Zemeckis Road. And from there, onward to discovery. Quickly! There is not a moment to lose.
Wait. Good luck with your ne'er-do-wells. I'd better make sure he doesn't get himself killed.
I see you've been of some assistance.
Perhaps.
Findings. I was great now. Joseph. Joseph.
What I wouldn't give for a hot meal.
It's like this is the end.
When are they gonna let us through?
What do you want?
Just information.
Now we...
Which way did he go?
I buggered off down the road.
Let's go.
Fly, Emperor.
Why am I not surprised?
You'll hand over your coin if you know what's good for you.
Are you hurt?
Happily not, good sir. Thanks. More importantly, we have arrived. Colossal vessels. Airships, we call them. With very little thought to what wonders such a word might describe. Oblige me, if you would. Does anything... Though we ourselves attempt... Come, good sir.
Passionate. I'll give him that. Come on. Faster! Thanks, Gal.
We don't want it.
Neither do I.
Well, we haven't seen. Yes, we have. Those ones.
Maybe he found...
Mum won't let me. Shh. I only told him what you...
I'd listen to your mother if I were you. Let's go.
Yeah!
Be safe. thieves really lug their stolen wares all the way out here. That's better. I think we've found our thieves. They don't look happy to see me. Farewell. Let's get this over with.
Stop! Don't kill him, he's just protecting his home.
Joseph? So the boy was right.
I don't know you.
Your porter friend sent me to find you. She was worried he might have gone.
Have I been gone that long? Wasn't hard finding the thieves. The problem was...
I take it things are more complicated than they...
I'd all but ruled out bandits before I even left the market. Because our thieves had no interest in gold or gems or anything they couldn't eat for that matter. Add to that the rumors of goblins in the area and the mystery practically solved itself. I soon found their cozy. I launched myself at them full of righteous fury, but their leader was the others. They huddled around that food, ready to... They stole because it was that or starvation.
So you spared them?
These goblins aren't native to the area. They don't know how to survive such barren lands, so... And once they've learned to hunt and forage, they won't be fool enough to risk their necks in Bocklad.
I'm impressed.
Do me a favor. Let the porter know I'm safe. Oh, and don't mention the goblins. I don't want people coming here brandishing pitchforks.
Your secret's safe with me.
I appreciate it.
Fly, Ambrosia. Nodded. All right then. Who's first? You're going to get yourself killed.
Oh, that would not do. Not when such As Moss tells, in reaching for the... Alas, but we must not dwell upon such things. Onward. History.